Hello, everybody. Robert Aducci here, and looks like one of my cameras is not quite working how I thought it was going to, but I am here. Hopefully, you can hear me. Um, let's see if I can fix this camera here. What's going on? Let's see. So I was trying to do, as you can see, I've got Aventuria here. I wanted to kind of do an unboxing. I've not opened these yet. So just so everybody we could see what it looks like on the inside all together. What is happening here? This webcam. See if I can get it to pull back up. All right, there we go. That was weird. So sorry for my background here. It looks a little odd just because I'm at a different angle using this webcam. And there's a lot of strange light there. So let me try to pull that in a little bit more. Hopefully that'll help a little bit. There we go. So here we go. We've got the Aventuria Tears of Fire. Pull this a little this way. And the Into the Black Boar. Two big expansions. Well, Into the Black Boar is a big one. Tears of Fire, some adventures and things like that. So let's take a look at them. All right. Let's see. So we're going to open up the Into the Black Boar here. My razor. And you can get these on our shop. You can get these at a lot of local game stores. If you have a game store and you want to order it, or you want to ask your game store to order it, you can get them at the. I can't think of the name of it right now, but you can get them at the at our distributor, Studio 2 Publishing. So here you go. Let's take a look. All right, we've got the rules booklet here. Pretty thick book. Several adventures and some details. We've got the cardboard cutouts, although it looks like some of our cutouts have come out, which is totally cool. As long as everything's here. Looks like one of the adventure markers, and you can see the full we've got more fate points and all kinds of stuff. Put that back over here. We got several decks of cards. Lots of cards. And all those tokens that came out. Pretty cool. A lot of new cards. I was not expecting so many cards in here. Let's see. Looks like these are some items. There's all kinds of stuff. The adventure cards, more character cards, monster cards. So this kind of looks like, and I think this is just an expansion. I don't think it's a separate game. Maybe it is. Let's see. It's got looks like some adventures, even though it's kind of might be a little bit upside down for you, unfortunately. Actually, let's look at it this way. See if I can read it. Escape from the dungeon. Yeah, so this is preparing for the adventure, starting cards for the heroes, dungeon exploration. The Into the Black Boar prologue, different acts, orderly retreat. Some cool art. can fight. The diversion. These guys, a good view here. Ooh, in the Tatzelworm's den. Nice. Alone with the beast. So these are all the adventures. So yeah, this is definitely a more of an expansion rather than a secondary set or anything like that. Lots of adventures, which is cool. I'll have to see if we can figure out how to play some of these with the tabletop simulator. Maybe I can get some more of the cards in there or something. That's a cool axe. Oh, and some NPCs. Very cool. And the summary. Course of the adventure, game symbols, details of the hero deck. So pretty cool. I'm excited to play some of this. I've not played this expansion at all. So that was Into the Black Boar. I like how there's like side stuff to give you some details about different things. Warren Kingdoms. Very cool. All right, now let's take a look at Tears of Fire. So this says, after a difficult ascent, the heroes had at last reached the cave, which, according to legend, was home to an invincible monster and its immeasurable riches. The heroes believed the huge dark grotto in the mountain flank to be uninhabited when three mighty heads rose from the darkness and a deep rumbling shook their limbs. Tears of Fire is a monster expansion for Aventuria, the adventure card game, in which the heroes are dealing with a three-headed dragon. In duel mode, the dragon is controlled by a player, while in the adventure mode, the heroes can play the adventure, Tears of Fire, and face the giant wyvern together. Through a selection of 6 different heads and 4 age levels, the fight against the dragon remains challenging and varied over many games. That's pretty cool. Comes with 2 double-sided giant wyvern tiles, 6 dragon head cards, a bunch of other cards and counters. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. Let's take a look at it. I always love getting that new game smell when you open up a box. This one doesn't want to open. There we go. There you go. Tears of Fire. Let's take a look and see what's inside. The rulebook, monster expansion. It's 15 pages. I'll go through it real quick here. Tears of Fire, fight against the giant wyvern, game mode or duel mode. More rules. Pretty cool picture. Tears of Fire, 3 paths to the dragon. Dragon lore. I love that picture. The Merchant's Trek. And fight against the dragon. Oh, it's got like locations from the Aventuria map. That's cool. That correspond with stuff in the book. Here's the dragon, giant wyvern, adult, and a young one. There's different stats. And adolescent and ancient on the other side. Again, more punch cards, tokens. Two sets of cards. Two decks, pretty thick decks here. So lots more cards to check out. Dragon deck, dragon card. Heroes take cover. Hero action card. Cool. Lots of, again, new stuff. So this was a quick look at the Tears of Fire monster expansion for Aventuria and the Into the Black Boar. I forgot to read the back of that one. Let's see. So for the Into the Black Boar, which we looked at a minute ago, it says, escape the grasp of the evil count. Into the Black Boar is a dungeon escape adventure expansion for the Aventuria adventure card game. The heroes are relieved of their equipment and forced to flee from the henchmen of the Count of Grattenfels. They search for an exit from the cellars and vaults under the Inn of the Black Boar and fend off the enemies with rusty daggers, shovels, and other improvised weapons. Dungeon cards, desperation cards, and a total of 20 different combat scenarios with individual special rules ensure that this adventure provides challenge and a variety every time you play. This adventure can be played with all of the heroes of Aventuria, including 4 new heroes that can be played in dual mode: the Honorable Amazon Warrior, Palanai Erlander of Kirkham, the streetwise Grom Merchant, Nirax Dow, the mysterious Maraskin Busker, Nicole Sororis, and the battle-hardened Tobrian mercenary Hygen Malro. 8 heroes with 120 action cards, 4 hero counters, 8 life point cards, and 8 fate points. Very cool. 210 adventure cards. Nice. So that was Into the Black Boar and the Aventuria Tears of Fire. I got one other thing I kind of wanted to look at, so let me grab that. Recently got this in the mail. And it is the Myth Tales of Legend. Sorry, not Tales of Legend. This is just the Myth World Book. One second. And I wanted to grab the cards as well that came with it. So if you've got the Myth board game, you get some item cards and some monster cards that go with the game. And so let's take a look here. So this was kickstarted earlier this year, and it's just getting out to backers now. So you can get the PDF now, and the physical copies will be available soon. So as you can see, this book has nice leather covers, gold pages, which is awesome. Wish I could get some pulled back view of that a bit. Let's see if I can do anything else with that. Nope, I'm all the way out. This great map by Jared Blando. Call the Ages Tears. Called the Age of Tears by some. So just a lot of Keith's, amazing artwork. Really, really nice looking, especially in this book. It just feels great. It's a great book. A lot of great stories. There's one by Brian. There's 2 stories in here that have never been seen before. Some of these were reprinted from the earlier World of Myth book. This one includes stories by Ross Watson and J.M. DeFogie. Both of them were working on the new Myth Tales of Legend RPG. The Acolyte. And then this is new for this version of the book. They cut out some material to make way for this material, and this is a highlight of all the adventures. So the Stone of Life, the Avatar of Shadow, Revenant. So these are all the adventures that came out for Myth, and it's a little story about what happened in the adventure, which is cool. So all these are just kind of short little highlights of those old adventures. Siege of Farron Rock. Very cool. So just a lot of cool stuff. Then there's the single player rules for Myth. And again, this is the original rules. Here are all of the heroes, which is pretty amazing that there's so many heroes. I was surprised at how many there are. Hey, Planar Spoons. Welcome. They look great. That Elementalist. Kind of tells how to play them with the old the original rules set. And I think, this is the kind of content that we'll want to put out there once we get Dawn of Heroes out. We'll be putting out some more content like this, probably more on the website, and then perhaps pull it all together for another book like this. I think that would be cool. What do you think? Warden the Spriggans. The Trickster. The Hunter. Slayer. Just really cool characters. I really like Keith's art. The Outsider. And I like how these characters sort of grow. They kind of seem like they're the same characters that just change a little bit. Like you've got the monk and the pupil. Obviously those are different, but and then you've got Sifu, which looks like a advanced monk on the edge. Alchemists. And then you've got the allies that you can find. There's just so much to this game. And then we've got the monsters. Terror with 1,000 legs. Crawlers. Stalkers. The grubbers. Bones. We'll see him coming back. I really love this picture. The Rat King. So many rats. Cyclopt. These guys are a little creepy. It's giant eyes. The Foundation. A new card, Keeper of the Dead. These are real cool. Allie. And the Snappers. And Gators. The Devourers, some cool slime creatures. So this book is, just got so much lore, and I've been reading some of the stories and just the lore. Now that I've got the physical book, I like reading books, in the physical. I'll read PDFs if I have to, but once I get the physical book, I'd rather look through that. I just like thumbing through books. Charaxus. Urlach the Young. Urlach. Or is it Vrulach? Or is it... yeah, I think it's a U. Some kind of dragon men. Dragon Scale Knights. Dragon Singer. Yeah, I don't know anything about them. That's pretty cool. Sakor the First Knight. Some Infected. Oh, these are unholy variants. Nice. And there we have werewolves. These are new. The Lucanine. Got some background there. And then we've got mini bosses. Atrius the Last. Connor, the dog. Tom the Plagued. Oh, Tom. That's pretty cool looking Medusa. Different style. The Tribunal. Rhaegog the Fierce. Herastiel. Just such cool characters. So Myth is, for those of you that are not familiar, we've got Myth Dawn of Heroes. We'll be kickstarting that next early next year, which will be the board game, and then shortly thereafter, we'll be doing Myth Tales of Legend, which is the role-playing game based on this by Ross Watson and J.M. DeFogie. And so all of this lore is being used for both games. You're going to see a lot of really great crossover from one game to the other. We'll have some adventures that are in both versions, so you can play both of them in different ways, which I think is cool. Last month, we released an image of this dragon as a miniature, which is cool. A world boss. An ancient. The World Eater. In the darkness. And then here's just a bunch of individual pieces of card art. I just love his color schemes and all this. And I think everyone's really going to love the new art for the new book, for the new game. Specifically Keith's art, but then we've also got some new artists that, we're having kind of draw in this style to supplement. But Keith's art has really evolved in a really cool way as well. Solo. My dog is concerned with someone outside, or another dog barking. Some NPCs, like those. And here's all the different logos, which is really cool. So you can see all the different logos for different expansions and adventures. I love how they did different logos for all of it. It really adds, I think. It's just a cool element. And then here's like a scale, so you can see like how big are things compared to each other. I didn't realize the dog was so big. But apparently he's a mini boss. Just different layers and trap logos, or icons, I guess. Card images or tile images down here. It's cool. That's what they look like, and then this is what they look like in the game. And here's a bunch of different icons for different aspects of the game. And items, so many items. And there you go. So very cool. Like I said, love this book. This book really feels really nice in your hand. I like the blank spine, when it's on your shelf. You know what it is, but it's just kind of mysterious. Like, oh, what is that? And then just the front and back logos of this are fantastic. They're sort of like 3D, a little, very cool art. Definitely worth picking up if you can get a copy. If you don't have the original, or if you missed the new the recent Kickstarter, definitely recommend trying to find one if you can. But I think that's going to do it for us today. We just wanted to kind of go over a couple of unboxings and kind of take a look at some of our physical products. Lately, we've been doing a lot of like looking at digital stuff, since so many people are online. But I wanted to kind of take a look at some physical products, and so you can see what our games look like. Again, if you go to Studio 2 Publishing, you can get stuff if you want to have stuff ordered for your local game store, or you can go to our website, ulysses-us.com, and you can buy them there. So for Ulysses Spiel, Ulysses International, I'm Robert Adichie. Have a good day. Bye.